Power 106.7.
Live and direct. Let's go.
Hi, this is James Lipton from inside the Actors Studio. Double J, I love your face.
Wow, that was the best I love your face. Do you know nobody has given it passion and the respect that you just gave it? Usually we get, hell no, I'm not saved.
Yeah.
How are you, James?
Very well, thanks.
Sometimes I'm flipping through channels and I watch you do some of these interviews, and the questions that you come up with, to me, are like, oh my God, that's fantastic and amazing. Do you do all the research yourself, or do you have a staff of people?
That's the difference between my show and other shows. There are no pre-interview. On all the shows, like my normal talk shows, all the ones that you watch at night, there is a pre-interview. Somebody comes to you with a tape recorder and asks a lot of questions, and then they print it all up, and it's given to the writers. They choose the answers they want, and then the questions are given to the host, and the host asks those questions, and that elicits those answers. There's no pre-interview on my show. I do the homework myself. It takes 2 weeks, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. I create those 300-400 blue cards that you see, and that is the interview that we do. And the guest does not know what's coming next, and often neither do I. It forces us into a conversation, which is what I wanted from the beginning.
Have you ever went to do an interview and they wanted your questions ahead of time? You told them absolutely not, and they wouldn't do it?
Not once in 250 episodes.
If they did, would you tell them, all right, see you later, I'm not doing the interview with you?
I don't know, because it's never come up. That's purely hypothetical. It has never come up, and it never will. They know the show. They know that's not the way it works.
Let's talk current news. Casey Anthony, Jodi Arias, or Ariel Castro. Out of those three, which would be the interview you would want to conduct most?
Don't know, because I'm not that familiar with their work, so I can't answer the question intelligently, I'm afraid.
Will Ferrell did an impression of you. By the way, I'm trying to do my best James Lipton impersonation right now.
You're doing very well.
Thank you. Will Ferrell did an impersonation of you on Saturday Night Live. Were there ever times that it made you go, oh my God, like cringe, or did you embrace it, love it?
I embraced it, and I loved it. It was when he came on my own show, and he did it with me, interviewing me as me, which was very interesting and confusing to the public, I'm sure. And then he asked me to be in his film Bewitched, which I did, appeared with him in that movie, and so we have a very good relationship.
If you just tuned into the program, James Lipton from Inside the Actors Studio, recently celebrating 250 episodes, coming up with a star-studded 2-hour special event tomorrow night at 5 p.m. our time. James, who is your most memorable interview?
There is no most memorable. There are many memorable interviews. It would be impossible for me to separate one from the other.
Let me be James Lipton. You be James Lipton 2.
Okay.
Let me ask you some questions that you would ask. What is your favorite word?
Honor.
What is your least favorite word?
The N-word.
Don't be, quit using it. What about when black guys use the N-word?
Even when black comedians, artists use the N-word. I've debated this with Dave Chappelle. I've debated it with Spike Lee. Both of them you'll see on the 250th. But even then, it bothers me. I grew up in Detroit, where the word was a weapon against good people, and I hated it.
What turns you on?
Words. I think they're our most precious natural resource.
What turns you off?
Humiliation, especially toward a defenseless child.
What sound or noise do you love?
Silence. Most underestimated of all qualities of life.
What sound or noise do you hate?
The din that passes for joy in most public places like restaurants, where people scream until they can't hear each other.
What's your favorite curse word?
Well, it's not obscene and it's not scatological. So it's relatively mild. It's profane, which offends some people, for which I apologize in advance. When I'm really upset, I say, Jesus Christ.
See, you know what I say?
What?
That's a bunch of bovine scatology. Bovine scatology.
Well, we know what that means. That's bull.
What profession other than your own would you want to try out?
I'd like to be a classical dancer, but forever young and never injured.
What profession would you not want to do?
Executioner.
If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
You see, Jim, you were wrong. I exist, but you may come in anyway.
James Lipton, Bravo Media's Inside the Actors Studio celebrates 250 episodes with a star-studded 2-hour special event tomorrow night, 5 p.m. Albuquerque time, featuring interviews with Bradley Cooper, Dave Chappelle, Robert De Niro, Jennifer Lopez. Who else is on the show, James?
The new interviews are Conan O'Brien. I'll go through the same list. Conan O'Brien, Barbara Walters, Chris Walken, Ellen Burstyn, Sugar Ray Leonard, Jennifer Lopez, Dave Chappelle, Donald Trump, Jay Leno, Spike Lee, Katie Couric, Bradley Cooper, and Bob De Niro. Those are the new ones, and 124 stars.
You know, James, if you keep doing this for a while, you might actually talk to some celebs.
Yeah, I keep hoping.
Inside the Actors Studio, 250 episodes with James Lipton. James, thanks so much for talking with us this morning.
And that's how it's done.
Wake up, wake up. Wake up with Double J in the morning. Weekdays 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Power 106.7.